In a small town, there was an old school where Mr. Harris taught. He was an honest, wise, and experienced teacher. Despite being nearly 70 years old, he still taught his students with the same dedication and passion. Among his students were two talented boys, Ethan and Liam. Ethan was extremely hardworking. He spent his entire day memorizing books, studying with intense focus, and believing that hard work was the only path to success. Liam, however, was different. He knew that hard work alone wasn't enough. Success also required the right strategy and intelligence. But there was one big difference between them. Ethan came from a middle-class family, and his only responsibility was to study. Liam, on the other hand, was the son of a poor farmer who worked in the fields with his father all day. Liam's father, Daniel, was a struggling farmer. He worked tirelessly in the fields, but it was still difficult to put food on the table. One evening, after a long day in the fields, Liam returned home exhausted and hungry. But instead of resting, he sat under the dim glow of a kerosene lamp and opened his books. Seeing this, his father said angrily, "Why are you wasting time with those books? You know our situation. We're poor. What's the point of studying?" Liam tried to hold back his tears. In a low voice he replied, "Father, I want to study. I know we are poor, but if I don't study, we will always remain poor." His father sighed deeply. "You don't understand, Liam. Education is for the rich. How will I pay for your studies?" With a trembling voice, Liam answered, "I'm not studying for money, Father. I know that if I work hard today, our lives will change tomorrow." His father didn't say another word. He just looked at his son's determined face. That night, Liam couldn't sleep. He wiped his tears and kept studying because he had little time, but big dreams. One day, Mr. Harris called both Ethan and Liam to his side. He said, "This is my final test for you both. You have a difficult task ahead." The boys listened eagerly. "You must climb to the top of the hill and bring me a rare flower. The one who brings it first will be the winner." Ethan and Liam agreed. The next morning, Ethan ran as fast as he could. He pushed himself through the heat, sweating and panting, but never slowing down. He believed that the harder the struggle, the greater the success. Liam, however, took a moment to think. Is there an easier way to reach the top? He approached an old man sitting near the base of the hill and asked, "Is there a better path to the top?" The old man smiled and said, "Yes, there's a narrow path behind the hill. It's longer, but it's less steep and easier to climb." Liam followed the old man's advice, conserving his energy and using his intelligence to find a smarter route. Meanwhile, Ethan continued his steep climb, muscles aching and breathless, but he didn't stop. Finally, after hours of struggling, Ethan reached the top, but he was shocked. Liam was already coming down with the flower in his hand. Ethan was speechless. "How is this possible?" he thought. "I worked so hard, but Liam got here first?" Both students stood before their teacher with the flowers in their hands. Mr. Harris smiled. "Ethan," he said, "you worked very hard, but you didn't stop to look for a smarter way. You believed that more suffering meant more success. But life is not just about hard work. It's also about working smart." Then he turned to Liam. "Liam, you used your intelligence wisely. But remember, always looking for shortcuts is not the answer. Smart work only succeeds when it is combined with hard work." Tears filled Ethan's eyes. "I understand now, sir. Hard work alone is not enough. We must also have the right strategy." Liam lowered his head. "I understand too. Success doesn't come without hard work." Mr. Harris placed his hands on their heads and said, "This lesson will guide you for life. Success comes from the perfect balance of hard work and intelligence. But remember, intelligence without effort is never enough." Many years later, Ethan became a brilliant scientist. He had learned to balance hard work with smart work. Liam became a successful entrepreneur. He used his intelligence, but also knew the value of hard work. One day, they both visited their old teacher. Mr. Harris was now very old, but there was a satisfied smile on his face. Both of them said together, "Sir, your final test made us successful in life." Tears welled up in their teacher's eyes. "I always knew you both would succeed," he said. "The secret to success is simple: the perfect balance of hard work and intelligence." Ethan and Liam looked at their teacher's smiling face, filled with gratitude and emotion. Hard work is essential, but without smart work, success takes longer. Always looking for shortcuts is not the answer. Success without effort doesn't last. To succeed in life, you need both hard work and intelligence. Thank you for listening. Stay motivated, stay wise, and always make smart decisions.